I was thinking, because of this full moon that we have on tomorrow evening is in Pisces, and we have all of this insane, crazy energy going on with Venus retrograde and Mercury retrograde and pretty much all the outer planets going retrograde. I wanted to draw an oracle card for each sign and kind of give a general reading horoscope for the energies of the full moon in Pisces. It's also a blue moon because it's the second full moon in August, and I don't know about you guys, but I have been feeling so much energy with this upcoming moon. I mean, let's just take a look at the chart. Venus retrograde is making a square to Jupiter in Taurus. This is about not taking these creature comforts into excess, because as you can see, the energies going on in the world right now are telling us that we've taken it a little too far, that we can't just be out here living this extreme lifestyle of take because that's what makes us comfortable. You know, life is pretty comfortable for a lot of people, and for a lot of other people it's very uncomfortable, it's sacrificial, it's, you know, there's two extremes, and these two extremes are becoming more and more polarized, I'm seeing in the world, and we can't just allow other people to make sacrifices so that we're comfortable. We have to put in our equal share of sacrifices, and that is what I believe the ultimate main lesson of this blue moon, full moon in Pisces coming up one day. And I mean, we can all feel the energy building right now. Pluto making a T-square to the nodes. Pluto in Capricorn is about power. Have we gotten to a point of no return with how selfish we can be? Are we allowing balance in our lives? The lesson I feel with that T-square to the moon's nodes is, if we haven't already examined that lesson, we're going to be pushed through it and have to examine that lesson, because we can't seem to get there on a collective consciousness level without this individualized personal experience with it. I felt that in the past there were moments where the collective consciousness was able to live these experiences and have lessons that in a lot of ways would kind of permeate through the collective mind into the lives of individuals, and then the specific lesson wasn't necessarily had to have been experienced by the individual in order to understand it, because the collective tipped the scales. There's something going on this planet right now. It's a feeling, this culture of hate and ignorance has reached a point where it cannot survive here anymore, because we have the information. We are not ignorant. We have access to understanding who we are, why we're here, and what our experience means. And we're choosing to ignore that. And when you choose to ignore the elephant in the room right in front of you, which is knowledge of self. Someday that elephant's going to sit on you and crush you, and you will die. I wanted to point out that this moon, this full moon, and full moons can get pretty crazy intense. The energy is so potent, it's tugging at our emotional waters. Fortunately, this particular full moon, with all the craziness going on in the astrological weather, Saturn is just a few degrees away from the moon. That tones it down, that allows some structure, that allows the wild, instinctual lunacy of the full moon to be reined in a bit and to have some boundaries there. So I'm happy to see that because it's a very intense full moon. This conscious living creation will always give you signs, will always tell you what is happening, will give you insights into why we're here and who we are. We just have to make that decision. We have to decide to listen. If we're not doing right by ourselves and doing right by others, by living in a way that doesn't impose our will on others, then it eats us up from the inside out. It's unacceptable. I think part of the reason why we're here, and this is my personal opinion, is to learn this lesson. And I'm seeing that even on a collective consciousness scale. What the fuck more do we need to learn? How much more hate and anger and blood and just destruction in the most negative form, in its lowest vibration? How much more of that do we really need to experience to know that that is an energy that is not conducive to the evolutionary path? And we've all experienced these emotions and these feelings on a personal level and on the collective consciousness level. We feel it. Everyone is experiencing the pangs of emotional instability within the collective consciousness. We might just confuse it and mistake it as our own.